Good evening, traders, and welcome to the F&O Show with Bereez. Today was the first weekly expiry for Finnifty in the month of December, and well, it was much tame than I had expected. We opened somewhere around 170, 180 levels. Mind you, this first candle in my trading terminal and in the TradingView app looks different, but for all intents and purposes, let us say we opened somewhere around 180, 190 levels. From here, the first candle itself made a very large sort of zone of about 70, 80 points, and the rest of the day, Fin Nifty pretty much stayed in that same zone. Of course, premiums were low, but they were not as low as I thought they would be. So 250 straddle in Fin Nifty was at the open trading for 80 rupees. That 80 rupees, if I'm not wrong, closed at around 8 rupees. So that if there had to be a trade of the day, it would have been 250 Fin Nifty straddle. And I don't think throughout the day also it moved much. So that's the trade of the day, sort of, if there is. Coming back to the trades, I actually punched. I started off, as you can see on the left side of your screen, with 19,100 put and 19,400 call. As you can see, the sort of zones that I have marked here. 19,320 on the upside and 19,130 on the downside. This was the zone I'm working with. So 1 strike price out of this zone was my sold position. Uh, of course, in after the start in this particular down move, I had to make some adjustments. I had to roll my call down from 19,400 to 19,350, and of course I started the day with only half of my position. As the day progressed, and you can see the details on our Telegram channel also. Initially, I only had 2,000 quantities, but after this particular move, there was a spike in the premium, so I entered with rest of my quantity as well. And of course, after the adjustment done somewhere around 11 o'clock for the rest of the day, I had to do absolutely nothing, just make sure none of the calls were spiking, none of the SLs were getting hit, and that's about it. It was just a sit on your hands kind of the day. Of course, I could have taken more risk and could have easily turned 1% on capital here, but I just did not feel like taking the risk. So at the end of the day, I closed with about 0.5% return on the capital I had deployed on 3,000 quantity here. Now that's for the expiry trade. There are some other trades on the stock options that Kshitij has taken. So Kshitij, would you like to walk us
Yeah,
through?
yeah. So as we had mentioned about BPCL, and सही में बोलूँ तो बहुत पैसा मिस हो गया आज मेरा BPCL में. But yeah, that's I didn't expect this kind of move. So when I saw this one red big bearish candle happening, for me, I understood that it's breaking structure, and I just waited for that retest. You see that second candle forming a kind of inverted hammer. The retest where I took entry in 340 PE around 8 rupees, I guess. Yeah, 8.4 rupees. And this candle, when it closed below, I generally have a setup where I call this the mother candle. And for me, my targets were achieved. So I got out. But after that, if you see, the fall was pretty much one sided. And if I would have stayed in it, I would have almost got it went till 13.5 rupees. So 8 to 13.5 rupees with a lot size of 1800. So that would have been an easy 10k trade. But no, nevertheless, I stick to my setup and I took my profit. This was one trade which went very nice. Second, yes, yesterday again I had told you guys about was Tatasteel. So Tatasteel, there's this demand zone that I had marked, we had marked in fact, and see now a lot of people know what happened. Now I would like to tell. Now this I also had to develop this. A lot of people chase when that green candle is happening, the last green candle, is they will wait for the breakout. And now this red candle, a lot of people will think, oh no, it's done now, it's gonna just reverse. But this red candle is where a lot of absorption does happen, and it really takes a mindset to keep buying when there are red candles happening. If you see throughout the day there was a fall, but if you see at the end a hammer did form. And now because I see chart so much, I can really see, this is also called a rounding bottom. If you can see, the buyers are slowly have accumulated, and I have a very high conviction that in fact by tomorrow also we can see 116 levels. no doubt I wanted to carry the trade. I had bought 110 CE. So in stock options, always also remember one thing, guys. If you guys are trading, please trade at the money or in the money. Out of the money, please don't trade. And Tatasteel is still liquid. Even BPCL is liquid, but stock options still are not that liquid. So just don't jump into stock options without knowing, because you will pay so much in slippages that you will end up having nothing in your hand. So coming back to the setup, I do see Tatasteel tomorrow going to 116, 115 levels. As it was a weekend, the week has a lot of events. I did not carry my position, but yeah, I did manage to book decent gains in it. Yeah, that's the trade in Tatasteel and BPCL that I took. And if you guys have noticed, आज मैंने मेरा रूल तोड़ा, मैं बहुत ही पक गया. बैंक निफ्टी मेरे को मूव नहीं दे रही थी, तो मैं स्टॉक ऑप्शंस, I used to trade a lot of stock options, but me and Gandhar have decided to be like very hyper focused on only indexes. It's not that we don't trade stocks. Gandhar does trade positionally, but let's say I am working only on a bank nifty buying setup. But yeah, आज मैं भी इंसान हूँ, मैं भी थक गया, एक महीना ट्रेड्स नहीं मिल रहे थे, तो आज आज जरा स्टॉक ऑप्शंस में पैसा पैसा बन गया, बस यही है. Yeah.
Yes, that does happen from time to time.
Yeah.
But even when you take trades that do not fit your setup exactly, it's important to not lose more than what you can gain from it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I mean, every single person I have spoken with so far, and I have told them I'm going to do option selling full time. The only thing I have heard, except from one person, is you lose your capital on it. And uh, more often than not, people tend to forget that there's such a thing as intraday, where the market happens right in front of you. And from what I have seen, most of the large losses happen because of two reasons. Either people carry disproportionately large positions overnight without fully understanding the kind of tail risks they're taking on, and uh, another reason why people lose a lot of money even on an intraday basis is because they simply average into a losing position.
Yeah.
I think if you avoid these two, no setup in trading is really that bad. Any proven setup, that is. People have proven option selling over and over. People have proven option buying over and over. It's just important to not lose more than what you can make from it. That's about it.
Adding on to what you said, capital जाएगा. मराठीमध्ये तर घर घर रस्त्यावर आणणार. पोरगा रस्त्यावर आणणार.
हा, basically.
Yeah,
नशीब आतापर्यंत ते कोणी बोललं नाही. But I hear the undertones.
Yeah.
I hear the undertones.
And मतलब not taking any religion aside, but in Maharashtrians, oh my God, stock market को तो मतलब गया लड़का गया. नाद लागला मुलाला काय?
Ah.
Yeah, but yeah, but it's slowly and steadily changing, and we are liking the reforms that are coming. People are getting more aware
Yes.
of investments.
That is one of the reasons why we have started this channel also, so that people, more than learning about how to make money, people just understand what the stock market is, how it functions, and then as a fringe benefit, if you actually figure out a way to make money out of it, well and good. Maybe if learning from us or from someone else who can teach you maybe better than us, maybe you connect with them better, maybe their trading style suits you more. All in all, we just want people to not be afraid of stock market. If we can.
True that. That's very important, because in our Marathi fraternity, सिर्फ जमीन और सोना ये इन्वेस्टमेंट होता है, और ये इन्वेस्टमेंट एक पोर्टफोलियो में रहना चाहिए, पर वो ही नहीं ना रह के चलेगा, सिर्फ बहुत कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड हो जाता है. तो या समथिंग अ डाइवर्सिफाइड पोर्टफोलियो. But I see a lot of youngsters nowadays also getting into it, so it's very nice.
Yes, it's just that the baptism of stock market happens with people losing a lot of money to tipsters and so on.
Yeah.
That is just the unfortunate part of the game.
Unfortunate way is that I started like that. Someday I will discuss the journey. It took me 5 years, a lot of losses, a lot of capital being blown out, self-doubt. So yeah, it's a journey altogether, and now I can't even if Gandhar gives me a view, I tend to make my own view only and then trade. In fact, it's the same for Gandhar. We both trade together, but it's not that our views have to align. And sometimes he'll be like, no, I same stock we might have two different positions. So you should know how to build your own view. That is very, very important.
Yeah, we will make a video series on it.
Yeah,
It's in the works. We are structuring it currently.
yeah.
Hopefully by Jan or
Jan,
Feb,
Jan
we
also,
should have.
yeah. As we can be honest, this is also something very new for us. At heart, so we are traders, and content creation or even teaching every day is a skill set that we guys are also learning. The after making, in fact, I would say making this video is kind of easy, but afterwards the editing is just too much. It is, and and Gandhara has been taking care of it. So yeah, so it's थोड़ा अभी के लिए मैं बचा हूँ पर वो तो करना पड़ेगा.
Yes, so more content coming for you guys, more educational content. We will not teach you any setups or systems. We won't teach you our own systems also because it's not that easily translated from one person to the other. It boils down to each person figuring out their own way
Yeah,
in
yeah.
stock market.
Also,
So
if
we
you
will
could,
not.
sorry to cut you off, but also if you could see, because I want to add on to this, even if you teach our setups, if you see our charts don't even have volume in it. So for you it must be like इन लोग इधर भी zone draw कर ले, line draw नहीं वो बहुत it has taken 5-6 years of constantly looking at charts, and then now it just comes naturally. It's like how you once solve a math problem, then it becomes easy. Until and unless it's just like it's simple addition also will tend to be like, oh, it'll go wrong. So yeah, our charts will have no indicators. That I really want to add. It's people must be thinking we are not putting any stuff in it or not putting in any a lot of fancy indicators. That's not the case. In fact, what we do is reading only price, and so many times you will see the prices turn exactly from our zones. So yeah, it is something an eyesight you develop for.
Yes, only time we will put indicators in our videos will be on our 1st April wala video.
Yeah, I have tried
Yeah,
using
pretty much.
indicators. It will just create a lot of bias. RSI बोलेगा
Yeah.
buy, MSCD बोलेगा sell, वॉल्यूम बोलेगा मैं तो हुई नहीं. तुम लोग ट्रेडिंग बंद करना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, true, true.
I'm not saying people don't make money using indicators. I'm saying I can't make money or I don't know how to, or let's I am very honest about it. It just confuses me more. I like to read price action and that's enough for me.
Yes. True.
I think yeah that's it. अभी वापस हो गया बहुत ज्ञान हो गया लगता है आज.
Yes, yes. हाँ बहुत हो गया actually.
ठीक है. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have our Telegram channel, our Instagram channel, and our website bereez.in. और जरा करो यार शेयर वेयर बताओ लोगों हम लोग ट्राई कर रहे हैं अच्छा नॉलेज दे रहे हैं कर दो शेयर दोस्तों में हार्ट टू हार्ट एकदम. Thank you guys. Thank you. Have a great one.